Hi, scholars. I'm going to get ready to share my screen. And we are going to do a read aloud today. And let me see if I can move it over. And we're going to view this nice and big. So let's see if we can get that nice and big. Very nice. Okay. And I'm going to make my picture just a tad bit bigger. And we're going to go ahead and look at this story. So let's zoom in. Zoom. And I see a picture of a spider and a turtle. And when I look at this picture, I want you to think, does this look fantasy or realism? Well, do real spiders wear headbands? And do real turtles wear sweaters or little scarves? No. So this story is fantasy. Now, today when we do this story, I'm going to see if you can remember some of the vocabulary that we learned. So we're going to try doing that as we read the story too. So let's go ahead and read this story. And this is called Anansi. And this is an African tale. So this is a story that like a folk story that they tell in Africa. So this is pretty cool. Where do Anansi and Turtle live? It was an average morning in the African desert. No wind was blowing. The sun was just warming up and the birds were chirping and searching for food in the branches of the baobab tree. Anansi the spider lived in the desert habitat at the bottom of the twisty boba tree. She caught beetles and moths and flies and butterflies in her web. She was cooking up yesterday's catch, a fried bug with beetle sauce. Anansi was humming and cooking when her friend Turtle walked by. He stopped by at the welcoming smell of the food. May I share your breakfast, Anansi? He said. Certainly, Turtle, Anansi answered after a long pause. But if you please, can you wash your hands first? Do you think that's polite? I think it's very polite to ask somebody to wash their hands because we're just trying to be clean. Let's see what happens next. Okay. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Now I see Turtle is washing his hands. And Anansi looks like she might be starting to eat something. Turtle frowned, but he agreed to go wash his hands. This is the driest part of the desert, he thought as he walked away. I don't want to complain, but the nearest water is all the way back at the river. As Turtle walked to the river, he watched out for wild animals that might eat him, like eagles and a baboon. It was a dangerous trip. Finally, Turtle reached Anansi's house, and Nancy was sitting back in her chair and looked very satisfied. Then Turtle saw half of the food was gone, and Nancy looked at Turtle closely. Your hands are still dirty, she said. I want to share my breakfast with you, but you must wash your hands again. Do you think she's being a little bit tricky? So Turtle returned to the river and washed his hands again. On the way back, he tried his best from keeping them from getting dusty. Back at Anansi's house, Turtle found that all the food was gone. I was gonna save some food for you, said Anansi, but then I decided that you would not want to eat cold insects. Next time. Turtle knew that Anansi had tricked him, but he said nothing. He just went home hungry. Do you think that was nice of Anansi, or do you think she could have been a little bit nicer? I think maybe she could have been a little bit nicer. Let's see. Oh, now the picture we see, Anansi's on top and Turtle's on the bottom of the water. This might be Turtle's home. A few weeks later, it was another hot day in the desert. All the desert animals were cooling off near the river. Dragonflies buzzed above the water. Birds waded in the water, searching for fish. A family of elephants took a loud bath and sprayed each other with water on their trunks. The river was Turtle's home. He had spent the morning fishing for minnows. Anansi crawled through the river's edge just as Turtle was sitting down to lunch. She could see him under the cool, clear water. Anansi poked her head in the river. Hello, Turtle. May I join you for lunch? Why, of course, said Turtle. It would be my honor. Come on down. Anansi dived in the water, but she floated right back up to the top. She was too light to stay down at the table. Keep trying, called Turtle, and he watched happily as he took a giant bite of snails. And Nancy kept trying hard to sink, but it was useless. Oh, so in the beginning, Anansi kind of tricked Turtle, and now Turtle is tricking Anansi. Let's see what happens at the end. Oh, now Anansi made it down and Turtle's there. Let's see what happened. And Nancy watched Turtle eat his delicious lunch, but she could not reach him. She became upset, and the stubborn spider came up with a plan. She filled her pockets with heavy river rocks. The extra weight helped her sink to the bottom, and Nancy pulled up a chair at Turtle's table, picked up a fork, and reached for the snails. Just 1 minute, my friend, said Turtle. And Nancy stopped. What seems to be the problem, Turtle? Well, let's see. At my house, it's not polite to eat with the jacket on. Please take off your jacket. When she knew she couldn't be rude at her friend's house. So when she took off her jacket, she floated back up to the surface water. Her plan had failed. She had to crawl home and was hungry. Turtle tricked me right back, thought Anansi. As she fixed her web, I guess I deserved it. Later that afternoon, Turtle visited the boba. He apologized to Anansi, and she apologized too. The friends decided from now on they would share their food. So I think it's much easier to share with a friend, right, than to go ahead and to do something all by yourself. So we have our 4 cards, and we have what happened first, what happened next, then, and last. What I would like for you to do is draw a picture of your favorite part. Did you like it when Anansi kind of tricked Turtle? Did you like it when Turtle tricked Anansi? Or did you like it when they were friends? So I can't wait to see what was your favorite part.